Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be attempting to do milk bath nails. I've been wanting to do milk bath nails for a long time and I've just never gotten around to doing them. I've also never had like the dried flowers before, but I got a bunch for Christmas. I also got some in one of the mystery boxes that I got, so I figured I'd try it out. So to start off, I'm just taking Dreaming of Iceland from Madame Glam and doing one layer of this on all the nails, and then once I get that on, I do go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. Although if I was thinking properly, I wouldn't have cured it yet because I would have just stuck the dried flowers straight onto this layer before curing. But like I said, I wasn't really thinking about that and how I was going to stick the flowers on to the nail. So I did end up curing, but I recommend before curing this layer to stick the flowers onto it and then cure it, and then that's how you can get the dried flowers to stick to the nails. So these are the flowers I have. These ones in these little jars here are from Temu, and then these ones in the flower shaped jars are from, I want to say these are from my Vetsy Valentine box. It was either Vetsy or Varnail, but I'm pretty sure it was Vetsy. So I just picked out the pink ones, the purple ones, and the red ones to use. I thought those colors looked really well together. And since I had already cured that layer of gel polish, I just applied some base coat and went in and just stuck the little flowers on. I did try to just take like one whole big piece like right here and just kind of stick that on to the nail. I mean, right here I had it kind of hanging off, so I did clip it off, but later on I did try to stick the entire thing onto the nail and it just really wasn't working. So what I ended up doing was just cutting up the flowers and just using the little like petal pieces for this set. I think usually for milk bath nails, people use the like full like dried flowers, like those teeny tiny little like full flowers instead of these ones. These ones are kind of like, I mean, these are full flowers, but they have like the really long like stems that the little flowers hang off of, and I don't think these are usually the ones that people use for this. Like I said, I tried to stick that full one on and it just really wasn't working. It also didn't look very well, so I did end up taking that off and, like I said, just cutting off the little like petals off of it because it just looked better that way using the little petals. There are some pieces on there that do still have the stems on it, but for the most part it was just the petals. So I didn't really have like a big variety of flowers that I used like most people do. You usually see a variety of flowers, which I don't have. These are the only ones that I have. So I just, you know, used what I had and made the best out of it. But after I got all of the little flower pieces on, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And then after getting that layer done and cured, I did go in with another layer of Dreaming of Iceland, because milk bath nails are usually done in several layers. I think I did like 3 layers. I feel like having at least 3 layers looks the best because it gives that like layered look that a milk bath does. It kind of gives it more depth to the nail. And I learned my lesson this time to leave the gel polish wet when sticking in the flowers instead of curing it and having to go in with base coat later. So I applied the gel and then applied the little flowers on there. I should have went in with a little bit of a thicker coat of the gel polish on that nail. I did end up going in with a thicker layer on the other ones just to kind of cover up that first layer of flowers a little bit and make them look like they're kind of sunken down a little bit. But then I also thought adding in some of this gold foil would look really nice and just add a little bit to the nails. This gold foil here I think also came in one of my mystery boxes one time, either the Varnail one or the Vetsy ones, or they might have been something that I got for Christmas. I don't know, I can't remember. So they're either from Vetsy, Varnail, or Temu. And I just took some of the little gold foil pieces and just placed that randomly around the nail. Like I said, I thought this would just give a little bit of some extra like pizzazz to the nail, add a little bit of some sort of like shine to it. And then after I got all of that on, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And as you can see here on this nail, I did go in with a little bit of a thicker layer because, like I said, with that last nail, I felt like it didn't really cover the nails and really make them look like they were kind of sunken down. Kind of like how it would look if you were to put flowers in an actual milk bath. Like some of them would sink down a little bit beneath the surface. So that's kind of what I was trying to go for. So that's why I did do a little bit of a thicker layer. I think I mentioned that I cured for 60 seconds after I got the flowers and gold leaf on, but if not, I did cure for 60 seconds. And then this is the last layer that I'm doing. So I applied some more of that milky white gel to the nail and then put some more flowers in. I didn't add any more of the gold foil onto this layer. I just kept it on that second layer. And then once I got everything, all the little flower pieces on, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. Honestly, this design I would recommend to do if, like, not on press-ons, because some of these pieces were kind of sticking up. At least with these flowers that I'm using, I don't know if they stick up this much with the other flowers that I see people using, but I would definitely recommend this to be done like on an actual hand versus on press-ons, because I feel like it's better as like an encapsulated design, unless you were doing it with like stickers. Like if you had flower stickers instead of using actual dried flowers, I feel like you could go get away with doing it on like press-on nails like this. I don't know, I just feel like it's not a very good design to do like if you're just doing it strictly with gel polish and not planning to encapsulate it with like acrylic or polygel or a builder gel or something. Like I said, I definitely feel like this is a design that needs to be encapsulated. And I mean, you honestly can do encapsulation on press-ons or like full cover tips like this. The only problem is sometimes you might experience shrinkage. Like if you apply acrylic or even polygel or a builder gel, like applying that onto a full cover tip can sometimes create the shrinkage. So like the tip itself is going to shrink and it's going to end up being too small to fit on your nail. I did end up encapsulating this set and I didn't really have any issues with the shrinkage. So like this brand of tips that I'm using, which I do have linked down below, I didn't experience any shrinkage. But like I said, there's other brands out there that you do experience the shrinkage on. So if you are applying, like I said, acrylic, polygel, a builder gel, even sometimes rubber base like a rubber base coat can create some shrinkage just because they are, I don't know, I feel like it's because they're a little bit thicker and there's something like obviously within the chemical like reaction to them like curing and then the material of the nail. It's probably more like the plastic nails that are tips that you experience that on. I don't know, like for these like gel full cover tips or like the what is it, the Tipex ones that say they're made out of acrylic or whatever. I don't know if you really experience shrinkage with that, but also with some of the plastic tips, you don't experience shrinkage on those either. So like I said, I think it's just like basically brand by brand if you're going to experience that shrinkage. So that's why I don't really recommend putting any kind of like nail enhancement or like something you would build a nail with on it to a full cover press-on or like a full cover tip, because like I said, it can end up creating the shrinkage. But like I said, because these flowers were sticking up quite a bit and it wasn't giving me a smooth, even surface on the top, I did go in with my LGN Builder Gel, which is a hard gel. and just encapsulated everything. I did as thin of a layer as I could, but it also had to be a little thick of a layer to make sure that everything was encapsulated in there, and I wasn't going to like file into all the flowers and the gel polish and everything. So it did make the nails a little bit bulky, which is also another reason why I don't really recommend adding any kind of like product that you would use to build a nail onto full cover tips, because it can make them a little bulky, especially if you're doing like an encapsulated design like this. But anyhow, I just went ahead, did that layer, and then I cured each nail for 60 seconds. And because this is a builder gel and it does like self level, I did do each individual nail and like cure each individual nail on its own, instead of like applying the gel and then curing after I got all the gel on all of the nails. Also, going back to why I don't recommend applying like some sort of builder type of product onto full cover tips is because like full cover tips, or like press-ons, whatever you want to call them, like those tips are already made to like made structurally, I guess, even though not all of them have like an apex. It's just one full piece of plastic, or you know, those ones that claim that they're made out of gel or acrylic, which I don't necessarily know if they really are made out of gel or acrylic. I mean, technically it's all plastic anyways, but anyhow, getting off track there. Like I said, the full cover tips are already made to be like structurally sound, and they're not going to like snap in half. Like if you were to sculpt out a nail with paper forms, or even if you were to use like half cover tips, you know, you have to have that apex there, otherwise your nail is just going to snap in half because it won't be able to withstand the weight of the nail that is extending over your finger. But with these like full cover tips and like press on nails and stuff, they're made for that. They're all one piece, so you don't really need to add any like strength or structure to them, because like I said, they already have that built into them anyhow. So after I got the gel on and cured, I did go in and file them down. I did just go in with my e-file and a sanding band and do that. I did have to go in a little bit with my hand file and try and clean up the shape a little bit, because it did get kind of messed up. I honestly didn't try too hard when cleaning up the shape, so that coffin shape is a little lost on the nails, but I don't know, I was kind of over it at that point. I didn't really want to do these anymore. It was a lot more work than I was expecting, and I wasn't really liking how they were turning out, so I just decided to be done and apply some top coat. This is the Varnail top coat. I got this in their like welcome kit or something, where you get like a top coat, base coat, and a couple gel polishes. But I think it's just like their normal top coat, at least I'm assuming. I don't know. This is the only top coat that I have from them, but it was really shiny and it went on super smoothly. It is a bit of a thinner top coat, which I'm not a huge fan of thin top coats, but using it here, I really I mean, it's a decent top coat. I don't know about like longevity and if it stays shiny or like if it's scratch resistant or stain resistant or any of that, or even if it will like start to turn yellow or like have some discoloration after an extended period time of wear, so I can't really say on that. But as far as application and shine, I do think it is a pretty good top coat. It levels out very nicely and it does have a super shiny finish to it. And this is the finished result. Like I said, I'm not really too happy with them because like these aren't the typical flowers that are used for milk bath nails, so it just kind of looks a little flat and boring to me. I think if I would have had a more variety of nails to put, or flowers to put on here, I would have liked this set a little bit more. Also, I probably would have liked it more if I did it on like myself or someone else, to where I could actually like, I feel like, do it properly. I feel like I didn't really do it properly on these press-ons. And then also with like encapsulating and having to file it at the end, it just kind of got a little funky and misshapen. But I feel like if I were to have a variety of flowers and to like actually be able to encapsulate them and file them properly, I feel like maybe I would have liked them a little more. I mean, they honestly didn't turn out too bad, but I just feel like they could have been a lot better. I feel like they look kind of bad like under my like filming lights and here under the flash, but I did just want to show them in different lighting because I like always show my sets in different lighting. I feel like they looked a lot better outside in the sunlight, which you will see in a minute. But yeah, I don't know, I don't know what it is about them, but they're just not my favorite. I will say the shape of them really bothers me because they are pretty badly shapen, and I, like I said, didn't do that great of a job of filing them and cleaning up that shape, but I also didn't really care at that point because I was over it. But like I said, see, I feel like they look a lot better outside in the sun, just because they are kind of like a light, kind of outdoorsy type of design, and I just feel like the sun enhances it. I don't know if that makes any sense. But like I said, they're not too bad. They're all right. I definitely want to retry them and like do them on myself sometime to see if I could make them any better. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.